Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass Extra Episode. We beat the game last time, but in this extra episode we're basically going to go ahead, take care of two things. One, I promised I would show off all the different kind of boats that we can do, so I'll show off each theme, at least of all the parts that I can of each theme, and we can at least get the gist of what a boat would look like with that theme. But we're also then going to also go through the tutorial for battle mode. Now, as you can see, it does use the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection that the DS did have. You can see down the bottom, you can set up your connection there. That being said, as you guys know, at this point in time, they have disabled all of the Wi-Fi stuff for DS games. So I can't use that to say, you know, to fight someone online to show you how the multiplayer works for that anymore. However, I can eventually do a local. The local multiplayer is still doable, I believe. So at some point, I can at least show off a local multiplayer version of all the multiplayers, and this will be one of them. So that'll be shown off eventually. But I'll at least show you how battle mode works, as it's just a sort of extra video. I can even use the DS download play. You get all these sort of big play things, which you can actually get some treasures and even golden parts by doing these big plays, which are kind of achievements for multiplayer, etc., etc. But if you go this how to play, it'll teach you how to actually do the multiplayer. So you have your red team, you have your blue team. Essentially, you're kind of doing a Temple of the Ocean King-esque sort of battle, which, by the way, Ocarina of Time music's kind of interesting. Hey, I don't know who you are, fairy, but I've never met you before in my life. I'm not even yellow anymore. It's weird seeing you white. Anyway, so you take turns playing as Link, and you take turns playing as big as 3 evil phantoms. And you do a bunch of different, you do like 3 rounds of each, and whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. So, first of all, the goal for Link. For starters, you move around the same way you always do, obviously. Head over here. Our goal, essentially, as Link, is to collect... Well, as you... Oh, you were actually... I thought you were going to explain it, but no, I have to move forward a few steps for me to do that. So basically, you have the Force Gems. We've seen these in the Temple of the Ocean King all the time. We have to grab these as... when you're playing Link, you basically grab these Force Gems and you carry them back to your base in order to be victorious. So... you can see on the top screen, our base is that red zone over there, and while you're holding a Force Gem, you'll also be able to see where the Phantoms are. When you aren't holding a Force Gem, I guess you technically aren't able to see the Phantoms, I think. Like I said, I've never actually done this multiplayer before. I'm just kind of giving you the rule set based on how it was explained to me here. So, essentially, we throw the Force Gem into our base. Okay, we have to throw it, apparently. There you go. And you'll earn points. So yay, we got 1 point. Very exciting. So, but it ends up on the blue floor. The enemy earns points. So obviously, the Phantoms want to stop you from earning points, and when they're Link, then they want to get the Force Gems into their base, essentially. Because the way it works as a Phantom, the Phantoms will be stalking you while you're getting these Force Gems, and by the way, bigger ones will be worth more points, etc., etc. We have these safe zones where the Phantoms won't know where we are while we're in the safe zone. Phantoms can't enter them, and they can't see Link when they're doing that, so whoever's on the Phantom side won't be able to see Link when the Link is in a safe zone. And also, I guess if you bring a red one to the safe zone, it'll turn yellow. So I guess you can steal your opponent's Force Gems or something if you're Link, I guess, is how it works. Like I said, I've never really done the multiplayer, so I don't really know necessarily, but that's our time limit. If the time limit runs out, you switch sides. The other way you can switch sides is if the Phantom gets to hit Link. It's like the Temple of the Ocean King. If the Phantom hits Link, it's a one-shot kill that'll end the round instantly. So basically, as Link, you're avoiding the other team's the other player's Phantoms while you're getting Force Gems into your base. And then if you get hit or if the time runs out, you swap. The other player is now Link. You're the Phantoms. You're trying to hit Link and stop him from stealing your Force Gems and bringing other Force Gems to his base. After three rounds, you have a winner, essentially, is how it works. So, the way the Phantoms work, it doesn't control quite as different, because this time you're controlling 3 different Phantoms. Essentially, you just you draw a line from one of the Phantoms to make him move to the right, like so. And then you can draw other Phantoms, though, and make them, so basically you control all 3 different Phantoms, you make them draw on, you basically move them in a set path, basically. So you're not really you're controlling them more on the map, as opposed to controlling Link directly where you run around. The Phantoms, you basically just use the map and you kind of just control their paths and try to use them to corner Link while you're doing that. So that's kind of the plan. you can essentially just redraw the lines. You can use L and R to switch your phantoms, so you can see all the different phantoms essentially. And then essentially you just bring your phantoms to hunt down Link. So you get 3 different phantoms, you get to draw them around. Basically, it works how Zelda works in Spirit Tracks essentially. You can draw set paths for your phantom while you do that. So how do you catch that wily rabbit or Link? You basically, if it gets close to Link, he'll just attack. So essentially, you just bring your phantoms over to Link if you're on the phantom side, and you attack Link, and it'll cause you to switch sides. So essentially, the way the game works is, you know, your Link, you go and bring the Force Gems into the thing, and if you're the phantoms, you stop Link by smacking him in the face. Like I said, I've never actually had a chance to do the multiplayer before, but it's an interesting concept, and I really hope I can show some actual gameplay off. Then you also have some items for both the players and the phantoms. Obviously, there's one that'll basically give you increased time. There's one that'll decrease the time. If you're, obviously, if you're a phantom, you want to decrease the time. If you're Link, you want to increase the time. But you'll have capsules that'll help you out with all the different items. To be honest, I don't know what they do. I think they just speed you up and slow you down. And I have no idea what the Link symbol one does. But there's items. I don't know. I figured it'd be cool to have half a video where I just kind of give you guys the tutorial of the game to give you a basic gist on how battle mode works, and eventually I really want to show off actual footage of me doing it. But I need someone over here to do that with, and I don't quite have an option for that right now. So someday I will show off how that works. I'm at rank H, by the way. I like to point that out. I'm at rank H. Very exciting. Anyway, let's head back into adventure mode, and we're going to go ahead and show off all the boats, and then wrap up this extra video. So as we saw last time, if you start your... By the way, this is the same day I recorded this, so Beetle won't have anything new. So I'm not going to worry ourselves about Beetle. He'll be basically what we saw last episode during the first part of the final. But anyway, you can just pilot yourself away from the boat after you save it, and you will end up basically being able to explore the world to your heart's content. If you ever want to finish the game, you just head back to the ghost ship, and you'll be able to do that from there. Get out of here, Mr. Guy, you're rude! So basically, it just gives you a save point where you can essentially just continue the game. You can just kind of wander around and do whatever you need to do. If you don't have 100% yet, if you haven't caught the fish or whatever, you can go ahead and do that. Big fish! I don't care, but you're there, and I appreciate that. But yeah, so we'll head to Mercay Island. I'll go to Mr. Ship Guy. We will see all the different kinds of boats we can make. I don't have all the parts, like I said, but I have enough where we can kind of get the basic gist. So we've seen what the gold set looks like. We have, obviously, only a few parts of that. As long as we have most of the stone ship on, we'll go ahead and start off with the stone ship. And show off what the full stone ship looks like, because that's actually the one ship combination I actually have all of. So as long as I have half these parts equipped now, I will go ahead and equip all of them and show you guys what a full stone ship looks like, because that's very exciting. So I believe it's just this one, and we need the ancient anchor, and that right there is your full stone ship. So it looks really similar to what we had. I mean, the body and the house definitely make the biggest impression of what it is. In case you're wondering, a full set of 8 will still give you 7. So if you have a full set, you will also get the 7 hearts that you need. So extra golden parts or a full set will both give you 7. Only a full set of golden parts will get you up to 8 hearts, which, like I said, I'm not going to bother doing it. I only have half the golden parts, and you can see how much of a pain in the butt, basically, it's RNG, whether or not you get that. And you know, the last one, trying to find the last golden ship part through random chance or through Beetle is going to basically be hell. I don't intend to do that. So we're going to go ahead and just customize our ship. Actually, I'm curious, I haven't really touched this view ship option. Okay, so we can get like all the different angles of our ship, but we really can see the ship enough using the mode here. So, I mean, we know the basic ship part. I guess we'll just start off just reminding you what the basic ship looks like. So this is the boat we started off with at the very beginning of the game. So we'll just go ahead and we can go ahead and just show off the basic ship again as a reminder of the very slim beginnings we started off with here. Because honestly, at this point, I've forgotten what it's looked like too. I mean, man, it's so very different from what we used to have. So that's the basic set. We've obviously seen that before, but just a reminder. I do not have anything for... We're going to just go basically set by set, so The second set, I don't have the prow. I do have a lot of the other things, though, it looks like. The artistic cannon. You can see it's sort of the bright, sort of yellowish sort of looking set. Very sort of artsy looking set going on here. So, do not have most of the parts, but have enough where you can see it ends up being very sort of it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a very swan-ish sort of boat. That's what it makes me think of. It's kind of one of those boats. So that's what that set kind of looks like in the end. Obviously missing a few parts, but the basic gist of it basically is how we're going to go here. We can start off with the third set of things, which I do not have the anchor for, but I have the prow. I'm probably not going to have a lot of this because this is the most expensive set in this thing. This is like the same thing that was worth, like, you know, these were all worth 1,000 plus rupees in Beetle. So I think it was 1,000 rupees for each one in Beetle. So it was the sort of, not the most rare set, but still very rare. So I probably won't have all these parts because they were kind of, you know, super rare parts essentially. But I still have a decent amount. I mean, these are the ones that sell for 800 rupees basically. So they're the second tier rarity essentially. So that's how that works. But I still have a decent amount of the things, it looks like. A battle wheel. Very exciting. So as you can see, I don't have the hull or the cabin, which really kind of brings the whole piece together. But essentially, you can tell it's going to be a very mechanical sort of ship. So if you want like a sort of mechanical, robotic sort of ship look, that's the ship that'll do that for you. The fourth set is just the stone set. We've seen how that goes before, so we don't need to do that. We're going to go straight to the fifth set. Starting off a log. I think it's going to be a very sort of log cabin sort of thing. Unfortunately, once again, we don't have the hull. We don't have a lot of these hulls, which kind of is unfortunate because it is really the crux of the way that the thing looks in the end. I'm missing a lot of the cannons too, which is unfortunate because we're not going to really show off a lot of how these look, and I don't have much of this fifth set apparently. I have well, I have this set at least, so we at least have the hut. But we're missing a lot of the other important things in the strange chimney. And do I have the wheel at least? No, I don't even have the wheel. So this set I have very little representation of, but you can see, you know, a barrel and a swim ring. I'm pretty sure it'll be like a sort of log sort of looking boat. So you'll have sort of a loggish sort of boat. It'll probably be like a log base. Kind of like a wooden theme, essentially. So that's how the fifth set would end up looking. Fortunately, I don't have too much to represent that. The game just didn't give me that much of it. Like I said, depends on your game file whether or not certain ships will be rare or common. Obviously, stone was decently common because I got a lot of those parts, but in my next playthrough, it could this set could be the most common one in the end. So it's really just randomized each playthrough, which is kind of cool, but that's how that works. This one, do not have the prow for the sixth set, which is the demon set from what it looks like, starting off with that, which I actually do have the hull for this one at least, so we've seen a lot of the demon ship. We actually used a lot of the demon ship during this. I really do not have a lot of cannons, do I? Which is unfortunate, but we can at least show off a decent amount of the demon set. I mean, we can kind of already tell how this set's going to kind of work in the long run. I mean, obviously, it's just a lot of demonic-looking stuff. I guess the insect wheel is... Yeah, the insect wheel would be part of it, so... As you can see, it ends up being a very sort of pink, purple, reddish sort of... I guess red. Red's definitely the color. Very red, evil-looking ships. If you want to be a hero that drives an evil boat, well, there's the place you go for that, I guess. So, man, my voice is dying. I probably shouldn't have recorded this directly after doing the 50-minute long finale, but in case you're wondering why my voice seems a little weak, long recordings definitely will do that. So that is the demon-looking set. The next set is the tropical set. We've seen a lot of how that one works. I'm missing the anchor for that, but I do have the hull for that one at least, so that just looks like a strange combination there. Once again, missing the set for that as well, so do not have much in terms of the cannons or much in terms of this set either, so I guess in the end I did not end up getting a lot of these sets. I don't even have the bridge for this set, so the tropical one, despite everything, I don't really end up having a good chunk of this set. Yeah, I don't have the set for this either, huh? unfortunate, but yeah. So in terms of the tropical boat, I actually have surprisingly little of the tropical as well. But you can see, you know, it'll have the prow and a very sort of tropical theme. Like I said, it's unfortunate I'm really missing this many parts, which doesn't work. But I'm just giving the very basic sense of, you can kind of imagine how the boats would end up looking. So you have a sort of tropical set that would be going on here. And then the final set that isn't, oops, didn't mean to do that. The final set that, besides the golden set, which you've pretty much seen what the golden set is. I had all my golden parts on for most of the project. But the final set, besides that, is this sort of, I guess it's more like a cruise ship sort of thing, looking like. I mean, it looks more like a normal sort of boat. I even have the cannon. That's a strange-looking cannon. My goodness. Do not have the, you know, whatever. I'll just put the golden handrails on because they look cooler. I missed the boat here, but it's more of a sort of, I guess it ends up being more of a tugboat sort of, you know, it's a very typical-looking boat sort of thing. Very, very sort of typical boat motif going on here. Like the red wheel. So you kind of have like a steamboat-esque sort of, you know... Yeah, it's very steamboat-ish. So you can have a sort of steamboat. You can have an actual boat-looking boat if you really want to. So that's how that boat works in the long run if you choose that one. So you get a very boat with that set. So you have your tropical boat, your demon boat, your boat, your mecha boat, your... log boat, basically just all the different themes you can really pick from. And then I guess just for the hell of it, we can go ahead and throw on our all of our golden parts once again, just for the sake of saying, hey, look at all these shiny golden parts I have. Aren't they just pretty? And you can imagine, you know, golden hull, golden house, golden prow. I mean, if I do the multiplayer enough and I actually get the rest of the golden parts, or I get more of these parts, maybe I'll do an update video and show off more of these boats, but I'm not really going to necessarily go out of my way to just get all the boat parts. Don't really feel inclined to do that. So, just kind of giving you a very, very basic gist on how to boat, but very basic gist on the themes, and look at all the different parts we've collected. I guess I'd say I have a little bit over half the parts through one playthrough, so obviously you just have to go do mini games and run the Temple of the Ocean King over and over again, etc., etc., in order to collect the rest of the parts that I do not have. Which, honestly, as much as I could do that to show it off, it's just not an efficient use of my time for the benefit. The costs of taking that much time just to get ship parts outweigh the benefits. I don't think it's really necessary for the project. It's not necessary for all the time it would take just to show it off. That's my personal opinion. I mean, obviously, if you guys leave comments, I will listen to them, but I figure, you know, it's enough of a showing what the themes are kind of geared for to give you guys a sense of what's going on. By the way, hey, the Temple of the Ocean King, just to show if you do save the game and you try to head back to where you fought Bellum the first time, it's now closed off. A bunch of pillars are blocking the stairs here. In fact, this room is completely useless because once again, once you head in here, the bridge, once again being the biggest troll, keeps repairing itself, only to fall down the moment we get near it. Worst bridge ever. So basically, you're forced to just go back to the portal because once you've defeated Bellum, you can't really go back to the arena. It's just sort of here. So I figured I'd just show that off. I thought it was kind of interesting how they just blocked off a bunch of strangely placed pillars, which I don't know how they're physically balancing like that, but apparently they do. And with that, that's really all there is for the extra video of Phantom Hourglass, just showing off a bunch of the things that I didn't necessarily get a chance to show off before, and giving you guys a sense of all the different boat parts that we have, and going from there. But really, as far as I can think of, there's not really much else to show off in this game. If I think of anything, I'll definitely throw it in the closing video, but for now, I guess we just gear up for the closing video, get our top fails, closing remarks, all of that shebang-a-bang, and we can end the game from there. So thanks once again for watching Phantom Hourglass. It's been a fun time. We'll wrap this project next time. Hello, Friedel. Do you say anything new because I beat the game? I don't care about your magical boxes. We can put a part in here, though, if we want to. Because you basically just put a part in, you can then trade it with other people. So I can be like, hey! Well, actually, the only duplicate part I have is... I can put treasure in there. We can put treasure in. But then you'd need someone to basically connect to, like someone locally to give a part to, and then it will do it. But I can be like, I will put a feather in this thing, and then if you connect to someone through like battle mode, or if you just connect to someone else locally, they can go in these and they'll actually find inside one. They'll find your treasure inside this, and they can then put a ship part in, and then you'll connect, and you can essentially use Frito to trade ship parts and treasure, which works because, as I've mentioned, things are different ship parts and different. Besides, the golden parts in the regular ring, which are always super rare. Different ship parts and different treasures will be different rarities depending on. For each playthrough, it'll be completely different. So, pink coral could be common in someone else's playthrough. The mecha ship could be common in someone else's playthrough, but they could have something like the feather be really rare, or the stone parts be really rare, and you can use that sort of disparity to trade, and trade your common parts for rarer ones. But obviously, I don't really have anyone to do that with, and it's not really anything to show off. You can really get most of the parts and most of the treasures you need eventually anyway, so it just helps you get more money and get parts quicker if you use that. But you can do it, you can do the entire game by yourself if you need to. It's not like collecting all the Pokemon where you need the 2 different versions. No, you can do it all by yourself. So as we've seen, so that's how that works. Once again, thanks for watching this project, guys. That's it for this extra video. This is LuckySevenDX signing out. I will see you guys in the closing episode for The Legend of Zelda: Phantom Hourglass. We're going to finish this project once and for all. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.